summer going out by the door. Now that you've been in those lies, get another disguise.
Yeah, I would think most Genesis fans would believe that Wind Wuthering would be the last of the group's real prog rock era for sure. Wind Wuthering would also be the last album to feature Steve Hackett. The EP is 3 songs that were originally written for the group's 8th album, The Wind and the Wuthering, as it came to be, but these were not included in the final selection of track lists. And unfortunately, these are definitely outtakes for a reason. And I think the reason that they were left off the album is because they're just not quite developed, and I don't think they're up to Genesis standards at the time. The opener match of the day, in my opinion, is musically okay, but it's very silly and it's got some really embarrassing lyrics. That's always bothered me about this song. I've often thought that Genesis is not exactly the type of band to really have nonsensual lyrics. You know, while a fun and novel song, it's not entirely brilliant, and the soccer match subject really seems a bit stretched for the band. You know, looking back, I can say that they left it off Wind Wuthering for a reason, and it's definitely not their finest hour. Is it their worst song? No, I think that would come probably about 4 years later on Abacab with the song Who's Done It. I can't stand that song personally. Pigeons is also one of a fluffier, lightweight songs on the EP, and it really helps also give it kind of a low rating amongst fans as well. This song is really probably it is the worst on this EP. The vocal performance from Phil Collins is nothing but irritating, according to my ears. The melodies and the chord progressions are mediocre at best on this song. You know, I'll give it one strong point. I mean, there's definitely a catchy song throughout, but that's all I will give it. And needless to say, this song is pretty boring and it's very, very uninteresting. No one can deny the majesty of the closer, Inside and Out. Inside and Out is a very Hackett-dominated composition that builds from a very simple 12-string guitar to a very fiery prog workout, which features a very circus-like synth from Tony Banks. Over the years, as Hackett has remained adamant that this song, and for good reason, that it should have been included on Wind Wuthering, and I believe that it has all the elements, and I think it would fit perfectly on Wind Wuthering. You know, if I had to rearrange a track list, I would probably get rid of Your Own Special Way, and I would put this in its place. I think it's one of the strongest tracks that Genesis has ever made, and in my mind it is a complete masterpiece. You know, despite its obvious flaws being Match of the Day and Pigeons, I believe that Spot the Pigeon has also aged quite well. It even got a reissue for on vinyl for Record Store Day back in 2012, so it was sought after for sure. This was a hard one to get a rating for because it only has a 3-track, and the 2 songs, Match of the Day and Pigeons, really bring it down from giving it at a much higher score. I'm going to give it a 63%. This is probably, I'm not going to say for collectors only. It's a good EP to have in your collection, but it's not essential. Alright, I'm going to show you the couple of editions of it I have. The first one is a US release, and this is the front cover. And this is the back with the lyrics. And it comes on just your standard, you know, black Atlantic vinyl. But here's where it gets kind of neat. And as far as I know, this is only a Canadian thing. But here's my Canadian version. It's got the little maple leaf up in the corner. Other than that, it's identical to the previous American jacket. But this comes on this absolutely wonderful blue. With Inside and Out on one side and Match of the Day and Pigeons on the other. All right, guys, thanks for your time. Take care of each other as always, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Good night. Bye-bye.